this infantry is already 2 weapons and level 2 armor on the way as well soon. Now this is a lot of stuff. QXC needs to try and make some push against these peripheral hatcheries. I mean, he did take the gold, which is a good thing, but he should maybe try and snipe this off. Don't think that would be that hard to do, especially since he has this army stationed over here. Now it seems like QXC is making a move towards this side. Already got some Thors as well. Now Thor is always a really great unit to have against Mutalisk. Just one moment of not paying attention and your Mutalisk getting clustered up will lead to a lot of deaths in Mutalisk ranks because of the Thor's splash damage. Now seems like QXC is deciding to move. Let's see where. Oh, gotta be careful. The tanks are sieging up, and he's gonna lose a lot of Marines, though. The Marines in the back are surviving for now, but seems like there's so many Banelings there. This is like a lot of Banelings, and the Mutas end up surviving, and this is gonna take out all these tanks. Now that's what happens when Terran gets caught off guard and he's not sieged up and entrenched in his usual position. Zerg taking advantage of that, cleaning up most of the stuff. Now seems like the Mutas are just gonna go for it and take out the turrets anyway, because this is not that much to kill. And there we go, killing off. Actually, that turret is getting repaired by so many SCVs, but is it gonna survive? No, it's like this is really crazy what's happening over here. That turret is like, but the bouncing glaives have killed off so many SCVs. Actually, if you look at this, there we go, the turret does go down and still like a bunch of Mutas surviving. More Marines coming in to reinforce, stimming up. These Mutas are gonna die. He needs to move them back. Catz, move your Mutalisk back. And it seems like he doesn't really care. Is he gonna transition into something else? Yes, indeed, I see an Ultralisk Cavern being deployed somewhere. And a Greater Spire. Whoa, catch! I caught that exactly when it was happening. Now, where is the Ultralisk Cavern? Ultralisk Cavern over here. So, this is gonna be like insanely hard to deal with for QXC. I mean, if QXC has Broodlords incoming and Ultralisk, that's gonna be a lot for him to handle. He has like no Vikings, and he does have some Thors, though. Thors are really good against Ultras, and he could use some Marauders in that case. But let's see what happens. I mean, he needs if this comes out and transition does occur for Catz, he's gonna need Ultras. He's gonna need Marauders and Vikings, and lots of them. And these Thors are gonna be good as well. Now Catz taking the gold again, and here we go, a drop over here from QXC, and seems like a lot of drones are gonna die over there, and some Mutas gonna go down, and this medevac as well. But pretty good drop for now, taking out a bunch of drones and stopping mining here for now. Now he should probably maybe consider getting another sensor tower on these sides, because it's really good to see the impending attacks. Since Zerg is pretty much spread all over the map. And there's creep at his front door even. He should consider even getting a Raven to deal with. He's gonna scan obviously, but yeah, a Raven is much better to just move around and snipe off these creep tumors. Now obviously QXC wants to take his gold, so he needs to get rid of these creep tumors, but there's more here. And not sure what QXC is actually doing right now. QXC not having such a big army. Taking a look at unit counting station, at the army count, I mean, he is at 175 though, but those stores are taking up a lot of space, and so are those SCVs. I mean, 75 SCVs. Now, let's see, some Ultras car on the way, 4 Ultras, and the armor upgrades for Ultras as well. Now, if I take a look at the Zerglings, I'm just curious. I want to see a Zergling. Where are the Zerglings? There we go. So 2 attack, 1 armor, and level 3 weapons for infantry for the Terran coming out as well. Now, these Ultras are going to be done very soon. The Greater Spire is done as well, but there is no... here we go, the Mutas are sniping that command center over here, and they took it down in like record time before I even clicked here. It was dead, so that's a lot of Mutalisk. And they have 2 upgrades. There we go, 2 upgrades on their weapons, and sniping off whatever tanks they can, but gotta be careful with the Thors. A few volleys from those Thors is really bad for your Mutas. Now, where's the Banelings? There we go. So the Banelings and the Ultras are, I think, seems like he's gonna try and take this down again, but it is pretty much mined down. Not so much to worry about here, but still something. Now, he doesn't really have so many medevacs. These Marines are just dying and dying all over the place. Now, here we go. We got some Ultralisk and some more coming out, and a lot of Banelings being morphed over here. Now, if those Banelings I mean, obviously he's gonna try and put the Ultralisk in front, absorb the damage with the Ultras, and then roll in the Banelings afterwards and the Mutas. And if he manages to pull that off, then QXC is gonna be in a lot of trouble. Oh, and again, this is happening, and looks like, ow, a lot of SCVs dying over there, which is not really a bad thing, because there's not that many places to mine from right now, and those SCVs were occupying a lot of supply. Now that the Baneling numbers have dropped, let's see how he will deal with this army over here. A lot of Thors and a lot of Marines. Now, this army ball, as scary as it may look, this is very vulnerable against this stuff. So tanks, Marines, and Thors. So this is all nemesis to what QXC has, really. Seems like these Ultras are just running around kind of disoriented. I mean, I'm looking at this Ultralisk, it's like, oh, I just want to make it out of here. Oh, guys, help me, help me. And same with these Ultras, really. Seems like he's trying to pick off as many SCVs as he can in this chaos, but he has to be careful because the Thors, if they get some cells off on these mutas, going to be really bad. Just curious about the income tab, and QXC is actually on 0 income right now. He needs this so bad, I mean, really, really bad, and in the meantime, catz is going to replenish his army, and QXC does have a large army, though, and it's a pretty good army. But catz needs something to break this entrenched position. He needs broodlords, and there we go. Broodlords are being cocooned somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. There we go. So Ultralisk and broodlings. Now broodlings the perfect unit to deal with this. If he attacks over here in this SCV line with broodlings, all these tanks are going to blow up everything. Now just watch. I'm just curious if he's going to send them right in. I think he's just going to go for it. I think he's just going to go for this gold, and I have no idea how QXC is going to deal with this. He does have a lot of Marines. Now, Marines are really good when in range of Broodlords focusing fire, especially if you stem them up. But just curious about what's going to happen to this gold expansion over here. Now, if I look at the income tab, there we go. The mule's abusing the place again. And QXC going ahead again. Now he's landing that command center over there. Even though there's little minerals left, he wants to get everything he can get his hands on. Now, the broodlings are going for it right here, and let's see. Oh, and there we go. Oh, gotta be really careful with the SCVs in the mineral line, and oh my god. The tanks are just killing his own SCVs. He's forced to lift off, so again, QXC is forced to stop mining. He needs a very, very fast solution for these broodlords. We can see right away he's making some Vikings. Where's that starport? There we go, some Vikings being queued up. He doesn't really have that much money, though. And these broodlings are just, mostly they're securing the place for now. He needs to back them up, though. I would suggest moving the rest of his army, whatever he has, along with his broodlords. You don't want to leave broodlords alone like that. And here we go. The army's incoming to help support his broodlords, and let's see what happens over here. This is still a lot of Thors. They will do some damage to these broodlords no matter what. And there's some Vikings as well. Gotta be careful. Is he moving his mutas in? There we go. The Ultras coming from behind, and looks like those Ultras dying so fast, and looks like he's backing off with the rest of his army, losing his broodlords, stopping mining over here. But the command center did make it out alive, along with most of those SCVs. So not the most efficient attack, I would say. Should have maybe considered moving the rest of his army in along with the broodlords. I'm not sure I agree with what Gaz did over there. He kind of threw his broodlords away, and yeah, this is a lot of tanks. So if I look at the production tab, obviously QXC doesn't really have money to make that much stuff. He doesn't have the gas for it, especially. Well, catz, if I look at the income tab, I mean, catz still has insane gas income compared to QXC, and QXC is going to send his SCVs back to work right now. Where are those SCVs? The rest of the SCVs. It seems like QXC is determined to put an end to this huge Zerg macro that's been going on throughout this game. Now, catz is long distance mining as well. Broodlords making their way into the fight again, and the mutas, oh, nice fungal growth over there, taking out, oh, and he's going to take out all the medevacs as well. And fungal growth on the Marines, and the tanks are shelling away because the broodlings are landing over here, and the tanks are doing damage on his own Marines, and Marines do go down, and it's just like broodlords against tanks and Thors, which is obviously the broodlords are going to win. Now, broodlords are pretty much chasing everything down, and look at these little creatures, these pesky little things following the Terran army this way. Now again trying to get some SCV kills. There we go. Now he doesn't want to siege up his tanks, because if he does, it's a huge mistake. He does lift off this command center, and where the middle is, he needs to support that. Where is the? If you look at the army count, okay, so Catz's army dwindled down quite a lot, under supply actually, below the Terran player. He needs to save his broodlords. There's not that much money available right now. He needs to be careful with his broodlords, and there we go, another queen coming to help take out these Vikings. Thing is, he does save 4 broodlords, which is a good thing, but a lot of marines, obviously QXC has a lot of surplus minerals, so he's using it. He's using those minerals into getting marines. Oh, and those Mitos gonna get picked off, and gotta be careful now, because ultras do a lot of damage to marines, and these ultras have 4 armor, so actually 5, but yeah, 4 upgraded. There we go. He's focusing now the hatchery though. Hatchery is gonna go down, and that's a pretty big loss over there. But this is like a lot of ultras, and there's not anything really to deal with air. So let's see what happens. This is a really interesting game. I really love this game. A beautiful macro game, the kind of stuff that you really want to see in tournaments, really, not in a practice match. But here we go. It doesn't really matter. We like watching it anyway. And let's see if a fungal. No energy for fungal growth. And he's getting some marauders, which is good. I mean, marauders always the unit you want to have around to deal with ultras. Now, if I take a look at the army size again, pretty much equal, but the income tab shows us that's pretty much equal as well, and harvesters. So incredible how QXC is stabilizing this game. I can't believe this. It's really amazing what's happening in this game. QXC is actually he's resecuring this gold, and he's transiting the SCVs over here, and he's probably gonna try, but there are these broodlords out though. He can't really try and harass with the tanks from this side, but he's making a drop again. So he's gonna see that this hatchery hasn't been rebuilt, but he's gonna go poke away at this one. I'm very sure. There we go. He's dropping this, but he's just gonna get the extractors down. Maybe that's what he wants to do as well, just delay some more. I'm not sure. But this hatchery is almost up. And also, it might make catz detour some forces down here as well. Now, there's so much stuff happening. These armies are literally so close. I mean, look at this army. Look at both armies, 2 huge armies, and in close proximity to each other. Now, broodlords, he's not sieging his tanks, which is really smart, because you don't want to do that when fighting broodlords. Now he's transfusing his broodlords with the queens from the ledge. Now this is really impressive play over here. And there we go. He needs to try and take out these Vikings, so they're really pesky. And yeah, the thing is, Vikings have such a long range now. These SCVs coming in here, forcing the command center to lift off now. Thankfully, a lot of SCVs has been transited over here to this gold, which is again almost mined out. This is not mined out though. That's a base QXC would really want to have right now. So it seems like QXC is actually dropping some marines here as well, but not much to worry about there, since the broodlords are here in position, and he needs to deal with these Vikings though. These Vikings are doing so much damage over time actually, and here we go. And he's gonna try to fungal growth. He has to try and fungal growth with that infestor. This infestor, very important. Let's see how he manages to do that. Attack getting taken out over there, and here we go. The Vikings again doing more damage. He has like no anti-air for this. He needs to get a fungal growth, and no, yeah, he